this picture, not for transmission, future energy summit. Was Richard Fulton? Did I just read?
Oh, you just reading this?
I just read the cards. I'm to give myself a point. I have to read the cards, that's all. No, I did, Richard Fulton is. I said Lord Lucan, but that's a photograph. I'm not sure. I don't know, it should be easy to spot. It's got 8 eggs.
Yeah, octopus is constantly in the news. Not constantly, but it's a big UK energy provider that just usually makes the news.
Grab 1 second, you can't go anywhere unescorted, I'm afraid. They're very strict. Okay.
Minister's here to do the official meet and greet now.
Yeah.
Depending on how press aware she is, she might be suggesting that whoever she greets works this way. Each time she greets them, she doesn't very careful. She will do for the first 2 or 3 in the rest.
They said the CEO will be arriving from 6:30 and it's 6:55.
From 7:30.
Oh, sorry, not 6, sorry, 7.
6:30.
6 would have been, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Stop going behind some pollution.
Dia pakai iPhone tak? Kalau kita nak record screen macam
Kau nak buat kan? Kau nak record sekali. Sini.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Britain Energy picture optical transmission.
I can only see one person through the camera. Is that Michael and Michelle? One of the Deputy Minister of Development.
Tapi dia yang ni.
ya dia dah berani. Dia yang si jahat tu.
Does
I don't think we ever said anything. I don't think we can say. It's just basically. If yeah, well, why? What we do if you did us, you just works, but you know, like we just swap it with one. Yeah, like we try to do it that way.
But I'm sure they also say the same
But to
thing.
be fair, at the international pool, the only shit international pools that we get are sometimes the FCA ones that just, I don't know, like Mama's just shaking hands with, like, I don't know, Foreign Minister of Colombia, whatever. Just it's absolutely
It's a little bit selective. I understand bits of it. I just think we should have some of the same really for the senior leaders. But not this one.
Like, I would have wished this something like would have done it. They might have more of interest in certain people. Business people. I just don't understand. Kick his hand up. No, they should have put the pen over there.
Probably just copied what it was when it was first.
Impex Corporation. That guy is from Impex Corporation. So, INPEX. Oil Corporation. Founded in 2006, not that.
I thought it was exploration.
Huh?
Oil and gas stuff.
So it's a big.
Relatively.
Alright, I'll keep that to myself. Just because it's a shit picture. I'm missing half of his face. What was it? Terry McCarthy. I couldn't remember that. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Oh, no, she's the one in the dark, the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
betul lah.
we yesterday they could have got time. Literally trying to photograph people's bags.
Awak Brandon tu dari jauh je.
Kau punya tu.
Betul lah.
Okay, that means there won't be one in the press room. Is that an issue?
Yeah. I think it's a good point because I just want to like voice tag these proper people rather than just watch. But yeah, it's just to be fair, I don't want to. It's shit, but it's something I need to think because we have a shareholders like the Greeks, Portuguese, for example. We have like a Greek national agency and a Portuguese national agency that are shareholders. So if they could ask, for example, yeah. That was yeah, exactly. Yeah, it could be shit.
Scale. It's a massive policy, unless it's a massive policy.
But that's the thing. Unless they commit to like a huge amount of investment or something.
It's stable to the cost again, but it's a big pledge.
Singapore on the way about, and I'm about to should be so hopefully we can all hear them. Alright.
Coming from the cars as they turn up.
Yeah.
Great, thanks, Emma.
Arriving as I came up.
Adam, thank you. Right.
To your sleeve.
Yeah, I know. When you're standing around.
So a colleague at the shop sleeves that. I think it's very brave.
Nampaklah kalau sila tu kat sini, kereta halang. Oh betul. Sebab tak make sense. Tak balik.
pixels each.
Macam mana satu aku tak tahu lah. Macam dua mana nombor lah. Mana boleh. Kan baik orang kita tengok lah. Kalau di sini kan dia tengok depan ni.
And sweat my hair.
Tak ada bapak-bapak lah, tak ada anak tu. Tiga. Satu bapak belas dan tiga. Yang paling besar tu 13 tahun. Tadi kita nampak orang berlari ni dah. Sini cocok. Dia bawa beg dia.
Yeah, I just have to
Masak.
the other one for the pole. This one. That guy is Tom. Thanks. Sorry, this guy is Tom.
Junkie on the EA listed, I think.
Just had the US on the way in.
Might be US.
Well, that guy just looks like he's got a blunt monitor.
I think that was Canada after the US. Yeah, so we've got US next, which is a mandatory choice.
Where's yours?
I didn't plan to get this. It was as a post. Please.
Will do.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just think they're radioing from the top barrier and then they'll have to drive road.
That can't be him. He's got one of those.
Is it on the red scarf?
Might be You'll have to check with him. Step out as we go. Family photo.
Do you have something a bit taller than that?
So we have
Covers like a fairly big geography.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't had the US coming yet.
we had a colleague from the Fatih getting the keynote capture and then you can take them.
No, yeah, I didn't know it either, but he's got a very distinctive look. I don't think you can do it. Yeah, you never know. Is it a bit like is it a bit like the Remembrance Sunday? So they line up on the.
Siapa yang elok? Dia elok.
No, just.
During the pandemic, I was just deciding without a pause.
Very stereotypical. How very dare you? I mean, I'm sure.
Sekejap. Yang besar? Kalau kita Dah.
You know what it is? I just feel like it's just like a red carpet job. It's just sort of a thing that you just hope to just like go and sit down and
Ako pun lang na aking ini yang dapat message. Okey, nanti kalau ini kita sampai nanti bagi tahu secara call. Tinggal banyak kali dapat salam itu kan. Dulu masa muda-muda pakai Fatih main game platform sekarang.
Yeah, I think it's all new, wasn't it? They still do City West. They still do that City West.
don't they do the London one in exam? I just
No, like the race. Oh, the street race.
part of it is goes through inside the race. Well, because there are no emissions, so you can run practically anywhere.
Tolak berdiri.
whole time, yeah.
There will be ... but no one of significance has arrived yet. That's
Kita landing 4 minit dulu, 4.50. Kita orang landing, lepas tu kita kena report. Jangan tak jangan. This is Fatih Birol.
thanks.
That's the man, isn't it?
Hello, how are you doing?
Stanley.
How are you doing? You okay?
Sorry,
Yeah, that's all right. I'll see you later.
Hello. Hello. Right. Hello. Hello. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? I'm bemused. No, I'm not really bemused because there's lots of people photographs of who I don't know, but who I'm not going to send over to the record desk. Significance. But yeah, absolutely, yeah, no problem. I photographed about 50 people past my lens. I'm not sending a single frame.
Kita kau tak ada konsep apa pun, lagi kau nak berlevel user, kau takkan dapat naik first class.
Say it again, sorry. Yes, Miliband. Yeah, that's right. Yes, although I'm just arrived. I'm going to jump off the phone, but I was saying, if that's okay. Alright, exactly, yeah, lovely. Not at all.
Ni yang tak sini. Dia dah boleh Malaysia lagi makan ni. Kau boleh makan nasi lemak manja.
gesture this way to arrive at that grove.
Then we have Barbados.
Don't worry. Ideally, the Minister McCarthy, right, the first person that's met.
Yeah, she's downstage.
And Belgium.
If the Minister is downstage, they're closer to us. We hope.
And the people with blue lanyards.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, I kid you not.
Had like 3 warnings to say USA on the way. That was another one. They've been coming through for about half an hour.
That's
Be on the IEA list. Sure. We got that IEA delegates list.
Jesus. Wow. Wow. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, she's the big like climate advocate.
Yeah, I'm only sending like.
Okay, so the end light.
I'm not sure I saw you send it.
Two of them. Yeah, quite far out.
I'm only sending people that just
Yeah.
remotely.
I don't know where this goes
like,
now. You've got the style for it, but
Yeah, like, what a clown.
See you guys later.
Thanks, Lauren. See you for the family photo. Britain Energy, Fatih, Birol,
just look Japanese to me for some reason. Maybe I should have taken pictures of the minions, like, that would have given us a clue about.
Star was on the water.
Pictures like this with it. Oh, that's I thought it's already developed.
Hi, we had a really sorry. We're just going to have another delegation here from here now. The main delegation has been here, but doesn't have a car. So I expected it. The other two coming to helping have an advantage. Thank you, guys.
It's the European Commission President. Happens to be London.
Yeah, oil which provides a
big bilateral.
Car, please, for the picture. Move the car, please, for the picture.
Can you move the
Can
car,
you move the car,
please?
please?
Can you move the car, please?
Move the car, please.
Louder.
That car is parked in there, or?
It's going to move, it's going to move.
I might just go home and come back later. If it just came up like during the pandemic,
Yes.
there could have been a market for it. But I think in today's world,
But he's a good salesperson, he's very convincing, which is, so I think he'll succeed eventually, but I don't know if he'll be in this.
he was well connected to the higher up of AFD as well. Any job he wanted, I don't know, maybe, I mean, you say these things, but I don't know how it matches the reality. He was just saying to me, literally like, I don't know, like 2 weeks before the that he told me and everyone that, you know, he's going on sabbatical. He was just saying, oh, I asked to go to US elections, but apparently, you know, like AFB has a lot of good stringers that they need to basically keep in effect. So they don't need me in the US. So just basically forget about what it is up to go US elections. It's so nice to take this opportunity for it's just but the thing is, it's just like, yeah, it's just, I think it's just what it is. Honestly, I didn't think he would do something like that. I would have thought that he would move to another country. Yeah. I would have thought that he would move.
I think he wants to do which is high up in other pensions in the UK.
Is that right? Yeah. Is that how they're going to, you know, pay?
Well, not from her bank itself, from some of the people she knows. There might be jumping equity into it.
Well, they've got like 2 kids.
Yeah. That must be to make this. Britain Energy, Energy Secretary, Under Secretaries, Climate, Kerry Murphy, those as they do the Energy Security Summit. British Energy Secretary led Miliband stands for rights.
Yeah, I don't know, if that company doesn't work, I suppose you'll just move on to something else. I'm just actually, you know, I'm just a bit, just he seemed to me like he's just committed to what he's been doing rather than leaving it all behind. Just seeing fairly accurate, or do you have to correct it every time? Every time I use it, I feel like pretty much every time I do it, I need to correct it. No, maybe because you just use it often enough that it just sort of like learns from you.
It should do, but after 16 years, whenever I say, every time I press it's new words.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's weird.
Just like, for example, the rifles, the small, which honestly is just sold it as like, you know, the best. But honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there are some. I tell you what's nice. The proofreading and rewrite options is very nice. But the settings. It's just like you can make it work with ChatGPT, you know, like which can be a bit more effective, but still it's a bit. But I've been. Well, I mean the minister's one. Like, for example, lately I just
You're on your lunchtime.
going to watch a lot of. Remember this TV show called House? Do you not remember it? It's with the Hugh Laurie. Anyway, I just like got into watching it on Netflix like you know, last couple of weeks, and occasionally there are some like it's like a medical drama. And occasionally there are some like weird medical things that you know I just happen to wonder and I just ask Siri. Sometimes you can actually get good answers. Sometimes like you might as well be talking to like 2-year-old about rocket science. It's like
So basically,
weird
it doesn't work.
Yeah. I think they're done, aren't they? Yeah, you're not gonna go to. 3 to 3:30.
You've got 2 more calls.
Just one.
Chris, switch it.
Absolutely. I don't know that we can switch it around. It's on the list, so I don't know.
I mean, you can get it. How quickly you
Look at that. Chris is doing 4 calls in a row. It's just like, why couldn't I just do one of them in the middle?
Or just That's what I mean, right?
So you are doing 12:50 for
She's off stage.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome. Welcome to the Summit on the Future of Energy Security. Now, my name is Francine Lackwin. I'll be your host for this live opening session. So we're here in central London, Lancaster House. It's pretty spectacular. The summit brings together ministers from every continent, as well as chief executives, and of course, leaders from every corner of the energy sector. We have around 60 countries, each endowed with different energy resources, facing different challenges, and pursuing their own pathways. Now, at the same time, each of you, of course, working together within this interconnected and interdependent energy system, and each has a common goal. You all want security, energy security for your citizens. Now, we have leaders from across the global energy system, interests and knowledge spanning all fuels, technology, and sectors. Power generators, grid operators, oil and gas producers, mining companies, traders, nuclear generators, uranium suppliers, tech providers, investors, and the list goes on. We have civil society, of course, academia, think tanks, all here to bring their perspective on how to shape the future of energy security. Now, later today, we'll also be joined by the UK Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, and President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. We hope that those of you online will also tune in for that at around 3:25 p.m. London time. We have the benefit, of course, of two amazing co-chairs that are going to guide us through every step of this important summit. So please join me in welcoming and showing your appreciation as we welcome to the stage our two co-chairs and the hosts of this summit, the Right Honourable Ed Miliband, Secretary of State of Energy Security and Net Zero in the UK government, and Dr. Fatih Birol, of course, the Executive Director of the International Energy Agency. So thank you both. Please join me on stage.
Thank you. Francine, thank you so much. And distinguished delegates, on behalf of the UK government and the International Energy Agency, I want to welcome you all to this historic setting of Lancaster House and to London for this first global summit on the future of energy security. As Francine has said, there are numerous countries represented here, almost 60 countries represented here today, and I want to thank each and every one of you who have made the trip here. We truly appreciate your presence, and we really look forward to the discussions over the coming 2 days. We also have leaders from more than 50 global businesses with us, and I want to thank all of you for everything you do to help create energy security for our countries and our world. And we also have NGOs and civil society groups from around the world who are here with us, who play an important role in ensuring accountability of governments. I also want to pay a specific thank you to the official partners of the summit, Iberdrola, Scottish Power, National Grid, SSE, and Urenco. And if I may, I want to also thank the teams at the International Energy Agency and across the UK government who have worked incredibly hard to pull this event together. It is some feat of organisation. And I want, if I may, also to pay a particular tribute to Fatih Birol. Fatih, your leadership of the IEA for more than a decade now has been marked by your commitment to rigour, to values and to multilateral cooperation. And that is why the IEA is so central to the global discussion on energy. And I want to thank you. And perhaps the audience could show our appreciation for Fatih and the work he does. So you've got much more interesting people than me to hear from in these coming sessions. But let me make a few remarks to frame our discussions over the next 2 days. First, our starting point for this summit is that in an unstable and uncertain world, there can be no national or international security without energy security. And indeed, it is now more than 50 years since the IEA was founded in response to the oil crisis of 1973. Over that time, the challenges we face have changed, but I think the principle underpinning the IEA's work, that countries need to collaborate to secure the uninterrupted supply of energy at an affordable price, remain the same. And in the years since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, we've been reminded in the UK, and indeed across Europe and the world, of a simple truth, that as long as energy can be weaponized against us, our countries and our citizens are vulnerable and exposed. It's for this reason that energy security is also at the heart of economic security, because it is central to living standards, job creation, and economic growth. And we hope this summit marks an important moment for countries to come together and discuss what the shifting global landscape means for how we deliver energy security in this era. Second, the act of bringing together, which is an initiative that I've taken alongside Fatih and the IEA, I think stems from an underlying belief that can unite us all, which is there is huge benefit for us from cooperating on the basis of our shared interests. I think it's really important to say every country faces its own energy security challenges and its own constraints. And each country will pursue its own pathway following its national interest in securing its energy supplies. Different pathways, and I think this is a really important point for this conference, different pathways for different nations should be respected. And we will all get a chance to reflect on our different national circumstances in our discussions over the coming days. But here is the key thing. Whatever our national pathways, I do believe that we share a fundamental belief that shared challenges invite shared solutions. Multilateral cooperation can make us stronger, not weaker, in our own individual national interest. Third point. Hopefully this is also a uniting idea. I believe that we gathered here are the optimists about what we can achieve for our society. Business, government, civil society. I believe we are, in this energy sector, the optimists. Abundant energy can raise living standards, economic growth, and deliver for today's and future generations of citizens. For the UK, just to talk about us for a moment, there's an exciting vision of energy security and abundance from cheap, homegrown, low-carbon power. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, we saw family finances, business finances, and public finances wrecked as fossil fuel prices rocketed on the global markets and therefore here in Britain. Now, oil and gas, including from our North Sea, will continue to play an important role in our energy system, and we really value our industry and the jobs it supports. But as with many other countries, we're a price taker, not a price maker in international fossil fuel markets. So our vision of low-carbon power goes well beyond the climate imperative, important as that is. Homegrown low-carbon power is our nationally chosen route to energy security. Solar power, wind power, tidal, geothermal, nuclear power, also an essential part of the low-carbon opportunity. These are often unlimited, low-cost power supplies which we can exploit for the benefit of our citizens. So, to be clear about this, ours is a hard-headed approach to the role of low-carbon power as a route to energy security. And I believe this isn't just true for the UK. Alongside a continuing and important role for oil and gas, low-carbon energy can play a critical role in delivering energy security for many countries around the world. And it presents a solution to the issue of energy security that simply wasn't true in the same way as a decade and a half ago. And this, again, is important. And that's because of what many countries in this room, working with business, public and private sector together, have achieved. The cost of solar globally has fallen by 90% since 2010, offshore wind by more than 60%. That's in part why last year $2 trillion was invested in clean energy, with 80% of new electricity generation met by renewables and nuclear. Indeed, according to BNEF, for more than 2/3 of the world's population, new renewables are the cheapest source of bulk power generation. In this spirit of multilateralism, the UK is determined to work with others to accelerate this transition, including through our global Clean Power Alliance, which the Prime Minister launched at the G20 last year. Final point. Let me finish by saying that at a time when so much of what is happening in the world looks so intractable, I hope we can carry this spirit of optimism into our deliberations. And I hope genuinely that everyone here enjoys this event and your time in London. I want to end with the following message from His Majesty the King that he has asked me to read out to you all, because this summit is something that he was very much personally interested in. And this is the message from King Charles. As we all navigate the transition to cleaner energy for our planet and energy security for our citizens, summits such as these are of vital importance in facilitating shared learning between nations. particularly those in the global south and across the Commonwealth. Events over recent years have shown that when well managed, the transition to more sustainable energy sources can itself lead to more resilient and secure energy systems. While each country will follow its individual path, there are many shared challenges and opportunities on which we can work together as partners. And he ends by saying, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for participating in this summit on the future of energy security and to send my warmest, best wishes for productive discussions over the coming days. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attendance. And now it's my huge privilege to introduce the Executive Director of the IEA, Dr. Fatih Birol.
Thank you very much. It is really a pleasure. Thank you very much. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure and honor for me to welcome you to the International Summit of the Future of Energy Security in London today. Very many thanks to the Prime Minister Starmer and Minister Miliband for hosting us here. And thank you very much for agreeing to co-host this very important event. Dear colleagues, recent years have shown us that the energy security shouldn't be taken for granted. Many events. Remember the times of COVID, Russia's invasion of Ukraine and resulting issues, energy security issues, the developments in Middle East, extreme weather events, cyber attacks on energy infrastructure around the world. They do remind us regularly that energy security is and looks like will be a crucial issue in the global agenda. While we acknowledge energy security from these angles to be crucial, there is one issue that I wanted to share with you, a bit forgotten from time to time, namely energy security of the people who have no access to energy today. IEA has been pioneering the very fact that today 750 million people around the world have no access to electricity. More than 2 billion people have no access to clean cooking and using wood, animal waste, agricultural waste for cooking with huge implications. These are critical issues for the global energy security if you look at it. And of course, in many countries, including in some advanced countries, affordability of energy also appears to be a very important topic. In this context, we thought it is important to bring governments around the world together to discuss on these topics. And last August 2024, we have officially announced that we are organizing such a summit here in London with the great courtesy of the UK government, especially with my colleague, with my friend at Miliband. Dear colleagues, we have, as Mr. Miliband mentioned, we have some 60 governments from all continents. I think this itself is an important statement of how crucial energy security is, especially if you consider that the times we are in are the times of geopolitical fragmentation, rather than countries are working so closely together, if we have to be frank to ourselves. In this geopolitical context, bringing 60 governments together as well as 50 business leaders all around the world is something noteworthy in my view. Dear colleagues, energy security, for us, for the IEA, we have two broad group of energy security risks we see. One, traditional energy security risks. We all know, we have experienced since decades several oil and gas supply disruptions around the world. Oil and gas are key parts of our energy mix, and they will remain as part of the energy mix years to come. Recent events show us once again how important the oil and gas supply security is. I'll give you two examples. Again, after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, oil markets went through very difficult times. And in order to avoid a major supply disruption, International Energy Agency released oil stocks from its reserves to comfort the markets for the benefit of all. The same applied to natural gas, especially with the European countries. I am sure the Commissioner, Dan Jorgensen, here with us in the afternoon. We will have President von der Leyen. They will mention IEA and European countries work together to avoid a major energy crisis in Europe, especially the lack of availability of gas as the Russian gas was cut. So this is one part of the energy security risk we see. It is with us, it will be with us. But, dear colleagues, there is another emerging energy security risk, which is coming from the different angle. A remarkable story in the last few years is the very strong expansion of clean, advanced energy technologies. If you look at the numbers, what we do IEA all the time, and I tell my colleagues, data always wins. Sometimes it takes some time, but at the end, it always wins. So when we look at the data, last year, of all power plants installed in the world, about 85% were renewables. Solar, wind, hydropower, 5% nuclear power. Look at the other angle, transportation sector. We are seeing the big increase of electric cars globally. It changed from one country to another, but there is a strong increase, and according to our data, again, today, 1 out of 4 cars sold in the world is an electric car. It's a big change compared to several years ago, and it will go in this direction very strongly. So what is the problem? The problem is the following, the energy security challenge, because they do themselves help to address the energy security. As Mr. Secretary of State mentioned, homegrown energy is the best friend of energy security. But to produce, to manufacture these new clean energy technologies, we need critical minerals. Mining, production of critical minerals, and manufacturing these clean energy technologies, when we look at this, where the critical minerals are produced, where they are refined, and where they are manufacturing, there is a huge concentration. And this is something that we think is risky. Wherever the concentration is, it is a risky business. There can be some event in terms of the geopolitical event. There can be an earthquake, there can be a technical failure. This is always risky, this concentration. And this is something that the IEA considers a new emerging energy security challenge in addition to the traditional one. So it is the reason we have built a critical minerals program, and we are, as our gas market report, oil market report, we are regularly informing the world what is happening in different critical minerals. Their demand, their supply, mining, investment prices to bring transparency to the world. But this is another challenge that we wanted to underline, and it makes us, this concentration, vulnerable our energy security system. So these are the two challenges I think we will look today and tomorrow. The challenge of the established traditional energy security, oil and gas, and the second, the challenge emerging from the critical minerals and the supply chains. Now, against that, I want to finish with this. I have 3 golden rules to address energy security. There are many of them, but 3 of them I wanted to share with you. Number 1 golden rule is diversification. Diversification of the energy sources, diversification of the countries you import energy, diversification of the trade routes or supply chains. Not to put all the eggs in one basket, because the geopolitical situation can change, technical failures can create problems. I would say this is the first golden rule for me, diversification. The second one is predictability. Dear colleagues, energy sector is a bit different than the other sectors of the economy. It requires huge investments with the project's long lead times. And if the policies are not predictable, they change from one day to another, it creates uncertainty, and as such, it increases the cost of capital. And this is a major problem. And it is a major problem for investors, and the unpredictable economies lead the investors fly away. So this is the second golden rule for me after the diversification, predictability. Third and the last is the cooperation. Mr. Miliband mentioned perfectly, and I completely agree. Every country has its own pathway for energy, based on their economies, natural resources, political context, and others. We should understand and respect it. However, dear colleagues, no country, small or big, is an energy island. We are interconnected, interdependent through many ways. Through energy prices, they are international. Through emissions, they are global. Through technological innovation, they are global. We are interconnected. So lasting solutions to energy security, in my view, goes through cooperation. And saying cooperation, it is in fact the very reason we host this meeting today. We have many oil exporters, huge oil exporters, gas exporters. We have several renewable companies from businesses and countries. We have several countries with huge critical mineral resources, lithium, nickel, copper. We bring everybody together, hope to have a common understanding about our energy challenges, and that we all understand the need to cooperate, which is good for all of us. As such, I want to thank once again the government of United Kingdom, and we were honored with agreeing the co-host with the IEA, Mrs. Secretary of State, and we were also honored with the letter of the King Charles. Thank you very much for that. And I wish all of us a very good conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Birol. I'd love now to actually... So, dear ministers and distinguished guests, we move to the first order of the day. We both have a fast-moving energy sector and a fast-moving world around it. And how do we shape an approach